Peace. All right. Oh damn! Are we streaming? Give me a second, dang, dude, bro. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the dang intro. Give me a second. Yeah, I've only been doing this for a year and a half, basically. Oh shoot! Here we go. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. What's
The
going
boys of
on,
summer.
everybody?
The boys of
What?
summer.
Yeah. What? Man, how's this week man going on for you, Trig?
It started rough and it ended beautifully. So I
Oh,
can't
sweet.
complain. Life is
All
good.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
And what helps me through it? Whiskey.
okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Shoot, man, my week's been like busy, bro. It's like busy. It's crazy busy. I all started, because I got my radiator in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got that in, but the fan, the condenser fan, radiator condenser fan,
Yeah.
it like I put it on top of the truck and it went boom on the concrete, and I was like, really, bro? So
Oh.
pieces of it broke off. That didn't break the fan assembly, just broke the mount, some pieces of the mount.
Oh.
So
Oh.
yeah, but good thing it
Dang it.
it slicks in, and then I have the shroud, to hold it in. So I mean, it hasn't overheating yet, so
Well, that's
I'm in
good.
the clear.
That's good. That's good. Sometimes you just got to pinch it in, hope it works.
Yeah, bitch. All right, all right, guys. What? The title is "The Polls Say." So, what say you on the polls, Trig?
A lot of
About the
people,
polls?
like you and I,
Mhm.
we don't put all of our stock into the polls. Um, in 2020, polls showed that Donald Trump was destroying Biden. And we all know what happened in 2020. There's no need to keep talking about it. There's no need to live in the past. We have to look towards the future. So, even though it says that Donald Trump is ahead, he's not ahead by that much. In some places, he's absolutely killing Biden. Nationally, he's within the margin of error, like 4%, 5%. Um, but then again, how do they know what that error is? It's hard to predict anything, especially about the future. So, don't put all your stock into the polls. Just pay attention to what's actually happening. Look at the actions. Don't look at the polls. Don't look at, a computer screen and listen to some pundit on the television. Doesn't matter what channel you're watching. It's not news. It's all opinionated talk shows 24/7. So, you got to trust your instincts. You got to trust your gut. Don't don't listen to the polls. Don't trust the polls.
Yeah, especially when they change, like mostly what every because correct me if I'm wrong. Different states like uh have their primaries elections um um on different months, right? I could be
Yeah,
wrong on that.
yeah. The primaries are all held throughout the year, and of course, at the beginning of this month of March, like I knew he would, Donald Trump sewed up the nomination for the Republican nomination for president. I always have a hard time saying that. We knew that he would. He's up around like 17 or 1800 delegates right now.
Mm.
1250 is what he needed to get that nomination. So he's got that. We all knew that he was going to get it. He was the presumptive nominee way back long before the 2024 campaign season started.
Mhm. Yeah, and And this is the title that this is the title. Also to bring bring us back to the title, guys. This is the one that that Treg wants actually wanted to talk about more because I mean, as we know, voting is very important. We
Hmm.
got to get these clowns out, man. Man, this government needs an enema, bro. And
It
straight up
does.
enema.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Jeez.
And people who keep putting them back into office need a biopsy.
Or so or what the electroshock therapy
Yeah.
or what's that head crap I forgot what it's called, a lobotomy.
No, lobotomy. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Biopsy. I meant lobotomy. That's what I meant. It's
yeah,
it's been a long week and this is some very strong stuff.
here,
So
yeah. All right, so we're gonna get down to okay. Yes, we are using a CNN source, guys. Here you go. Don't get
but
your
we have more than that. We have more than a CNN source.
yes. Here you go. So it's a okay. Go ahead, Trick. You got this. Go ahead.
Well, so as this map sits, CNN has Donald Trump, the projected winner, at 285 votes, when all you need is 270 delegates to win the presidency of the United States. Um, I saw another poll from CNN that had the Republicans winning 320 delegates to Biden like 250 delegates or something like that. But take a look at this map. Okay. Now let's think about Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. These are very, very key states. As of right now, Donald Trump is winning by 6 points in Georgia. He is destroying Biden in Georgia. That's 6 points. It's outside the margin of error because everybody's always going to use that argument. Well, the margin of error says this. Nobody knows the margin of error. That's just a talking point that nobody ever expounds on, which is the most infuriating thing. It's like when somebody says to you, it doesn't work that way, but they don't explain why it doesn't work that way. It's always driven me nuts since the time I was a little kid. Okay. So Arizona, we remember the contested nonsense that went down in Maricopa County in Arizona for 2020. It took them a week to figure out their crap. And it drove people nuts, and they finally gave up and they gave it to Biden. Shouldn't have been that way. It should have been Donald Trump. Okay, so that's going to
Mhm.
be in the yellow. That's up in the air. Nevada, it's pinked out. It should be in the yellow at the moment, but if everybody recalls, back in 2020, there was a contested election in Nevada. The electors were actually in front of, I believe it was the city hall or the state capitol, and they were talking about how we have a contested election here in Nevada. So that's going to be up in the air. Wisconsin, Wisconsin is up in the air, even though they keep electing a lot of Democrats locally. It's
Mhm.
up in the air because there is a lot of manufacturing that takes place in Wisconsin, and manufacturing has taken a hit under the Biden administration. Pennsylvania. Everybody knows what took place in Pennsylvania as well. There was a lot of mishaps, as they love to call it, and it was delayed. The counting was delayed. It took forever for us to get a result. And they finally, if I recall correctly, they gave that to Biden as well after such a delay. Now we cruise down. We've already talked about Georgia. So Colorado is actually in play as well. And a lot of people don't know that. And I get irritated about my state because a lot of people continue to vote for this. A lot of people moved from California to get away from those Democrat policies that were emptying their bank accounts. And then they show up here in Colorado and vote for the same thing. So that's probably one of the most infuriating things that I can ever hear. So New Mexico, it might flip in 4 years. We'll have to see what happens with that because New Mexico is a border state. And although there are a lot of New Mexicans, if you want to call them that, There's a lot of people who have lineage from Mexico, which it is a border state along with Arizona, California, and Texas. They are getting fed up. New Mexico is going in the black. Um, they're going broke. They're having a hard time, and I've got family in New Mexico, so I know what they're going through. I hear it all the time. Um, so if we were to flip Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Nevada to red, there we go.
See, which Trump won Nevada in the primary, so I don't
Yeah,
understand why he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Why he wouldn't win in the during the general election.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
And and New Mexicans may actually be also, I'm guessing here, guys, don't take my word on this, but given the recent news about their governor, uh remember how she wanted to take uh,
Yep.
uh, uh, uh,
She just
she
wants to
wanted
take
to take
people's
the guns
guns.
away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And she got a lot of heat on that one, and she had to back off of it and not force that law. So that's another thing that you got to think about. You know, New Mexico,
Mhm.
there's a lot of reservations, a lot of Native American reservations down there, um, and so they love to hunt. People in New Mexico love to hunt. So if you're just going to take away my guns and you're going to take away my ability to protect myself, well, then I'm just going to get rid of you and I'm going to vote Republican because they want to protect my rights. They don't want to just protect the rights of, your right to an abortion. They want to protect the entire Constitution. And the state, I don't know if the state of New Mexico allows abortions. I'm sure they do.
Mhm.
Colorado does, and so it's hard to say. So, um, it's hard to say anything about Arizona right now. Really haven't seen anything change. I need to see more on from the Kerry Lake campaign to know for a fact whether or not Arizona is going to come out 100% or at least 65% for Trump.
Mhm.
So I trying to keep an eye on that. A lot of people have not spoken much about the Kerry Lake campaign in Senate, other than the fact that Kirsten Sinema has decided not to run for re-election, which it's now just a two-person race. Kerry Lake against I can't remember the dude's name, but Kerry Lake, I honestly believe, is going to clean that man's clock, and I'm cool with that. And if Kerry Lake succeeds, then I also believe that Donald Trump will succeed. But I need to see some more news up out of Arizona.
Right.
So as of right now, just because of the contested elections that took place in all of those states and how the polling is working in all of those states, Donald
Mhm.
Trump wins 319 delegates to 207. Okay. Now, say Arizona ends up going to Donald Trump. Now he's at 330. He wiped
Mhm.
the floor with Joe Biden, which is what we're counting on, which is what we're hoping for. Um, but Donald Trump is absolutely going to destroy it. It's no matter how you toss this thing up, Donald Trump will be the president here in 2024. We will inaugurate him in 2025. And I tell everybody, you better be prepared for what's going to happen the day he gets sworn into office, because there was riots in the streets back in 2016 when he was inaugurated. It will happen again. Um, and we'll see what happens. How many people are going to be held liable for insurrection? I don't know.
Right.
It's hard to say. But yeah, Donald Trump, this right here, this is a legit map right now. This is absolutely legit. But however, I am going to contest Illinois, okay? Because
Okay.
there are people in Chicago. I can't remember the man's name. I have got to look this guy up. I keep telling myself I'm going to look him up. I've seen him on the news, and he's talking about he is begging Donald Trump to show up in Chicago. He guarantees Donald Trump's safety in Chicago. People in Chicago are absolutely fed up with the Democrat policies, and hopefully they get a new mayor, they get a new governor in Illinois, and they come out heavily for Donald Trump. I don't, in realistically, I don't see Illinois turning red, but it's going to be a little purple. It's going to be a little purple, in my opinion. Um, but that's still not going to Illinois. Look at these blue states: New
Hmm.
York, Maine, New Jersey, Colorado, California, Oregon, Washington, Minnesota. They're not enough to change it, and Hawaii. I'm sorry, but it's not enough. Donald
Hmm.
Trump will be president, so you have to look at all of this stuff and know that you you got to show up.
Yeah.
It's courage under fire right now. It is courage under fire. Courage is being absolutely terrified of something, but still saddling up and getting to it, get to work. And let's take our country back. They're screaming MAGA. Okay, that's cool. Let's scream MAGA. But America is great. We've made America great. We just need to take it back. That's all we need to do. And I'm telling everybody, don't fear this stuff. Do not fear it ever.
Yeah. And not to cut you. Sorry to cut you off. Um,
No, you're good.
but I'm really getting. Come on, Florida. Really, this should be a freaking solid ass red color, man. Come on. I don't understand why they're pink.
Well, they're gonna do that. It's CNN. It's CNN.
Right.
It's CNN. It's gonna happen. You know.
Yeah. So so even dude, even with all the like the blue, like say okay, we'll just go ahead and say, Illinois. Okay, Illinois will probably stay like that. But I mean, even that though, look at that. We're still winning. Like we're still winning. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think North Carolina's gonna go blue anyway. I mean, my opinion. I mean, I don't know, but I don't foresee them going blue for some reason. But
Yeah. No. And you know, oh man, I just forgot I was gonna say something and now I forgot what I was gonna say. Um oh man. Oh,
hey,
oh,
oh, go ahead,
that's what I
go
was gonna
ahead,
say.
go
Okay.
ahead.
So we want to talk about polls, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, how about this poll? Um, among black voters, Donald Trump is trouncing Joe Biden. Oop, let me get back to this. 23%. Donald Trump has gained
Wow.
23% of the black vote. That is a huge number.
Yeah.
He's got 37% of the Latino vote. Those
37, you
numbers
said?
right there, 37.
Wow.
Those two numbers, along with the MAGA crowds, Donald Trump is going to smoke Joe Biden. It's not smoking Joe Biden, it's Joe Biden got smoked. And
And
you go
go
ahead,
ahead,
go ahead.
Trick. It's gonna be
No,
a
well, you see, it's going to be a bloodbath.
thank you. There you go. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
Look, we were on the same page. We were
Yeah,
on
there
the
you go.
same page.
Man, we had to
Love it.
throw that in there, bro. Yeah.
You have to. You have to all the time. It's
Mm.
absolutely imperative. I absolutely a funny thing, kind of get off topic a little bit, but speaking of bloodbath, I found this meme. It was an old one. It was in my camera roll. It was deleting all kinds of shit. Uh,
Mhm.
but it's a picture of Donald Trump, and they made his hands do the uh the uh the blood's gang sign where your fingers spell out blood.
Uh,
And I wanted to I gotta save this and get back into it and make a meme out of it and put bath underneath it at the bottom of it. I think it would be a classic meme. I really do. Just kind of like jab a fork in the side of, all the liberals, the leftists, well, I can't call them liberals anymore because
uh,
moderate Democrats and liberals are kind of one and the same now. And I I actually learned this by speaking to a liberal about this. This was a couple of years ago. He was like, I'm not mad at the MAGA crowd. I'm not mad at the fact that you guys want Donald Trump in there and that you believe the election was stolen, because we believed it in 2016. We believed it in 2000. I think it was 2000, when Bush beat Gore. Um, but he's like, we have an enemy in common. And I said, do explain. He goes, liberals, moderate Democrats, conservatives, and Republicans all have an enemy in common, and that is the leftist. And it hit me in the face like a shovel. It was like, you're right. You're right, because the leftist is the extremist, and that's what we're seeing right now. We are seeing leftist extremism, and it's rough. Ha, senpai, I was thinking about you, bro. Where you been, man?
Yeah.
Hit me up, dude. Hit me up. But he made that point, and it blew my mind, and I had to I had to push that narrative, even though,
Mhm.
because he told me, he was like, I don't make content, but I like watching everybody's content and hearing everybody's point of view. He goes, I'm actually starting to lean more towards the MAGA community because of the leftists. The leftists are destroying the country. So, like I was saying before, oh my God, am I going through puberty? What was that?
Yeah.
But what I was saying before, there we go. But what I was saying before is, you know, the liberal, the Democrat, the conservative, the Republican, they all have an enemy in common. That is the leftist, and we have to drive the leftist out of office. And that's where I believe Kennedy is the dark horse. Robert Kennedy Jr., Bobby, just chose a far leftist attorney at a Silicon Valley. This woman is worth billions as an attorney. She must be very good at her job, or she was representing all of the Silicon millionaires. But she's going to be paying for that campaign to get Robert Kennedy on a lot of the ballots. So what that's going to do, and this is Robert Kennedy's strategy, or at least this is the way I view it, is he knows that he's going to siphon votes from Joe Biden with that leftist VP pick. Okay. Everybody's going to go, that's what we want. And she's young. She's not this old, frail man that's fallen down upstairs and fallen down at the Air Force Academy. She's got it together. She's got a smart mind, and she's articulate. She can bring us what we want. So the leftist is looking at that going, okay, I'm going to pick that. I'm voting for her. I'm not voting for Robert Kennedy, who he's not as extreme, but he is a leftist. Okay. But he's siphoning votes from Joe Biden. He's siphoning the moderate Democrats from Joe Biden. The moderate Democrats are going over to Donald Trump. So all these voters are leaving the Trump administration, and they're going over here to Kennedy, and they're going over here to Trump. And the only thing that is going to happen is Trump is going to raise the bar, and he's going to take it. He's going to win this thing. It, and that's what I was saying earlier. You can't follow the polls. You have to watch everything going on behind the scenes. And if you're paying attention to that and you're tuned to that, you know what is going to happen. So you don't have to use the polls to predict the future. You just look at the actions. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than polls. And that's why I'm going to continue to encourage everybody to have courage under fire, show up, vote, and let's take this country back. There she is. She's actually a pretty lady, Nicole Shanahan. That's her name. I forgot her name for a minute.
Ye-
But she's actually really intelligent. I heard her speak. She's really intelligent.
uh, but also, uh, uh, but also too, isn't she short? Soros backed as well.
Probably. I don't
I,
know. I think everybody who's an attorney on the left side is a Soros-backed attorney anymore. Um, which is it's mind blowing how that guy has endless amounts of cash,
yep.
but somehow he's doing it. I would love to know his secret. I don't know if they have to pay him back once they get in office or what, or maybe they're, it's probably part of these multi-million dollar lawsuits like what's going on against Donald Trump,
Hmm.
who's succeeding a little bit, but not to the point where it's, hey, Donald, you owe us $0. But the man just became a multi-billionaire with True Social, so I don't think he gives a shit.
Yeah. It says there to Shannon, a 30-year-old California-based attorney and the former wife of Google co-founder Sergey Brin, partially funded
Oh,
Kennedy's extraordinary expensive Super Bowl ad in February.
oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, she says Shanahan married Brin in 2018, though the two later divorced. She committed to her partner Jacob Strumweiser at a ceremony in July 2023. What?
Is that a PC way of saying they got married? What's we got married? How about that? Let's just say
Yeah,
that. Hey guys, I got married. You know, it's not like I'm going to send everybody invitations like, hey, everybody, why don't you come to our commitment ceremony? You know,
yeah,
no. Hey, guess what? I'm getting married. Come over and meet Mrs. Trigger.
yeah. Committed. Anyway, it, it
That's just
says
dumb.
it is. Shannon has donated to the to Democratic presidential campaign in years past, including for Pete Buttigieg and Marianne Williamson per Forbes. She also
Huh.
contributed 25,000 to the Biden Victory Fund, well, Biden's wallet, basically. So
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, what's a victory fund? You're not donating to a campaign. Like, oh, hey, we won. We got to recoup some of this money we spent. So can you donate to our victory fund? That's just dumb.
right, yeah, it is.
Oh my god, I can't tell you how much I hate politicians.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's what I tell people all the time when I get into an argument with a leftist about how I want to overthrow the government. No, I don't want to overthrow the government. I want to get the pieces of shit out of government called politicians. Those are
right.
the people we want to overthrow. Those are the people we can overthrow. We don't want to overthrow this government. Our government, when it's used correctly, is perfect.
Yes, it's a force to
It
be
is
reckoned with.
perfect. But we have a lot of idiots who don't know how our government works. And
Yeah,
although we are a form of democracy known as a representative republic, I would really love for people to stop saying it's a democracy. And all that is wordplay, in my opinion. It's a word democracy. So, since we're a democracy, you have to vote for the Democrat. No, we
yeah,
are in because, and if we say we're a republic, that doesn't mean that you have to vote for the Republican. We
right.
are a form of democracy called a representative republic. You have to call us the republic.
Yeah,
It's not forcing you to vote for a Republican. Calling us a democracy isn't forcing somebody to vote for a Democrat.
right.
And it's that a lot of people will skew it that way, or at least that is what I can surmise from the things that people say. And I don't know how to handle that anymore. But
Yeah,
I just tell people like, yeah, we are a form of democracy called a representative republic. Get that right. We have a constitution.
right. Yep. And the answer to your question, Trig, Drunken Senpai is working. LOL. Will do, bro. We'll
Hell
give
yeah.
you.
Hell yeah. Right
I'll
on.
at you. And
Badass.
Miss Charlie Winchester, I can't say that. Anyway, just show up at the polls. Make sure you vote. I've heard some people here in Michigan say, "What's the point?" I told them it's their voice. That's right.
Yeah, Charlie. It's the point is it's their voice. It is their civic duty. It is their right. Don't give up. You got to tell them you can't give up your rights. Otherwise, you might as well give up your right to free speech. You might as well give up your Second Amendment right. You might as well give up your Fourth Amendment right, your Fifth Amendment right. Oh, how about this, ladies? Give up your 19th Amendment. And if you don't know what the 19th Amendment is, I suggest all ladies look up what the 19th Amendment is because that gives you the right to vote. That gives you the right to own property, ladies.
Hmm.
The Constitution is not antiquated. I actually had that discussion with my girlfriend's neighbor. She was like, "Well, yeah, I think the Constitution is antiquated." And I was like, "How?" And this lady's a school teacher, and she's a nice lady. I get along with her. She's great. But I challenged her. I was like, "How is it antiquated?"
Hmm.
And all she could go was back to the Second Amendment because her now ex-husband, used to drive the Second Amendment into her head. And I'm like, that's great. That's great. People should talk about the Second Amendment and how important that is. But it's even more important to talk about the entire Constitution,
Yes.
1 through 25, and understand it as it is written. Unfortunately, throughout all the years, we've had all these attorneys putting things into the Constitution and taking things out. Some things they have quietly taken out, and I actually did a podcast on the 13th Amendment. There was a section to the 13th Amendment that said attorneys are not supposed to run for office and represent the American people because they know loopholes. They are taught loopholes and how to destroy laws. And that's exactly what's happened. One of these days, I'm going to take a trip to Philadelphia or Boston, and I'm going to find the original written Constitution. And I'm going to ask them, please flip it to the 13th Amendment,
Hmm.
because I'll guarantee I'll be able to find it in there. But I had to get there to prove it. Maybe I'll start a GoFundMe or something so I can take vacation and then go see the Boston Harbor and a downed bridge.
Yeah,
Too
there you
soon?
go.
Probably too soon. Probably
Yeah.
too soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta. It does not matter, and it's like what I was saying earlier. Courage under fire. What is the definition of courage? The definition of courage is being scared to death of doing something, but saddling up and doing it anyway. John
Hmm.
Wayne. That's a quote from John Wayne. But it rings true. It rings 100% true. Show up. Show up and vote. Show these people that you are not going to back down. Even though your vote got stolen in 2020, show them you are not going to back down, because I honestly believe that they cannot cheat the same way they did in 2020 because we're watching them. I am going to say this every time we get on this subject. We are watching them. Everything, the cheat that we have been watching has been happening this past year with all of these indictments and shit court cases.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. No, you're right. And here it says, oh shoot, where did it go? Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. I pulled this one up earlier this week, and it
Mhm,
says swing state saga. Biden claws his way back to challenge Trump in handful of key
mhm.
states. Sorry.
Key states, yeah.
Yeah.
Key and swing, it fits, it works.
Yeah.
But it's still in the margin of error from what I read, because I read, somewhat of the same article.
Hmm.
It's back into that margin of error. It's like 2 and 3 points, but Trump is still ahead. I need to lay off the whiskey, but Trump is still ahead in these
Hmm.
swing states, except for Georgia, where he is up by 6% outside the margin of error. Um, but we showed that map earlier.
Yes.
Joe Biden's going home. He's going to go to the mental, or he should go to a mental institution, but he's probably going to go to a memory care facility at Brookdale Senior Living here in Colorado. I hope not, because that's only 10 minutes away from my house. I don't want him that close to me.
Oh, you know what? Since you brought that up, did you see that trolling that Trump did?
I
God
have
damn.
not.
Uh,
I've actually been staying off
let's
of
see if I,
social media. It's clearing my mind. I have to stay off of social media because the things that I see on there anymore, it's just it makes my stomach turn. Um, you know, People want to have fun with conspiracy theories. That's cool, but they bet their whole lives off of it, and it's kind of sad to watch. Like, oh my God, we're gonna have a full lunar eclipse on the 8th. We have full lunar eclipses every single day throughout the world. Uh,
uh,
it's not flat; it's a ball. How do you think we get eclipses? But that's a different story for another day.
that let's continue talking because I'm trying to look it up right now. Trolls. Dude, it's freaking hilarious, bro. It is hilarious. Oh damn it! Wait, yeah. Let me see here. Let me stop. Let me stop sharing real quick. All right. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, the thing about it is that what I do is I'm the same way. Dude, I can't stand. I can't stay on it for so long because if I stay on social media long enough, I'm gonna get in trouble. No cap, man.
Yeah.
I'll be those people with 100 million followers. I'll be trying to go after them.
Like,
That,
hey, look at me.
yeah. I'm
My
like,
house is all jacked up.
sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking out loud.
Uh,
There we go.
so yeah, I'm trying to find it here because dude, it's freaking hilarious as if. Let me see if I can go through it in my see if I see it on my YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, we got to strike it rich, man. These one man productions are hard.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it, man.
You know,
Yeah,
but we do it. We get it done.
yeah.
We persevere. That's what makes the show great because it's real. We're not, there's no theatrics. It's just raw and real, and you know where we're coming from. So that's what I like about a show. I want it raw dog me.
Yeah, baby.
That's
It's
terrible.
yeah, man. As a matter of fact, I got a couple compliments. I mean, I was talking to they say, man, man, your show's pretty good. It's like just exactly what you said. I'm like, yeah, man, thank you. We try to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try
We
to
try to be
go.
as informative as we possibly can, which means that we have to be informed. But we don't. Well, speaking for myself, I don't rely on television pundits to tell me anything. It's like I've said before: no such thing as a news channel. You can't call Fox a news channel. You can't call CNN a news channel. You can't even. It's sadly, and this angers the hell out of me with OAN, but you can't even call OAN a news channel anymore because they used to have 3 hours of an opinionated talk show, and the rest of their days were straight news. Now you got to wait till 10 o'clock at night before you get any news, or you just got to sit there and read the train at the bottom of the screen, which can get frustrating, because I'm getting old and I'm losing my eyesight, but I don't watch those channels. I'll go and I'll watch C-SPAN,
Mm,
or I will pay attention to what people are doing. As I said before, actions speak louder than words. I want to see what people are doing. I don't care about some television pundit. I don't care what Alex Jones says. I don't care what Tucker Carlson says. I don't care what the dick bags over at CNN say. I don't care. I want to see the action and form my own opinion, and that's what the world needs to get back to. Watch the news. If you remember, I don't know, because I quit watching Fox News in 2015.
mm,
That was pretty much when I had my awakening, was in 2015. I voted for Republicans because I was like, you know what, they're still trash, but they try a little bit. Not as much as I would like, but they try a little bit. But I had my awakening in 2015. But I remember Fox News. They used to have their slogan: "We report, you decide." So they would report the news, and you make up your own decision about how you feel of what's going on in the world. Who do you want to vote for? What restaurant would you rather eat at? Do you want to cook at home? You get informed, get information, and make informed decisions. And that's what I try to do with my podcast, with our podcast. I will give the information. I'll give my opinion, but I don't want people to put their stock into my opinion. I want them to get the information and make their own opinion. And if somebody has a better idea than me, I'm always up to hear it. Always up to
mm.
hear it. You know, but I said I was going to lay off the whiskey, but I lied.
No, man, that's it. No, man, no, it's all good, bro. You know what? It's driving me crazy because I know I had it, and it was actually sent to me through email, and you know, it has like it has a lot of news articles attached to it. So I picked this one, and I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be good for a show. For a show, I didn't know it was for this show, but I didn't know where this show was going. So when you said assisted living or resident, you know, assisted living nursing home or whatever, I was like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
but
Well,
anyway, man,
okay.
it was funny.
Here's an article that I got emailed to me today. This is what is it? It's CF Frank. I don't know what the CF stands for. I don't even know how got on the mailer for this, but the GOP wins big in Pennsylvania in a decision that may affect the swing state of Pennsylvania and probably other swing states. The U.S. Third Circuit Court of Appeals reversed on Wednesday the order of a federal district court and handed the Republican National Committee a victory regarding signature verification for mail-in voting. If there is no signature on that and they cannot verify that signature, it
Saturday.
get counted. That's a win.
Yes.
That is a win, and that is more reason for you to fill out a ballot, put your signature on it, and drop it off. That should give people more encouragement. In Colorado, I really wish, I hope, I don't know if that's going to happen because we got this psycho by the name of Jen Griswold, who's in charge of our elections. She tried to take Trump off of the ballot, didn't succeed. She said she's not going to count the ballots. The court told her, Paxan, you're going to count those ballots because that is against the law. You're going to disenfranchise your Colorado voters and you're going to piss a lot of people off. So you're going to count those votes. So hopefully, with that Third Circuit Court of Appeals ruling, they will tell Colorado, you're going to verify these signatures because Colorado became 100% mail-in ballots. I believe it was 2009 or 2010. It was 100% mail-in. We don't go to like the elementary school in the neighborhood or, to the post office and cast our vote. We have to get our ballot that's mailed to us in the mail, fill it out, and then go drop it off at any of the polling stations. I take mine over to the county clerk's office and I drop it off there. Those people always ask me for my ID. They'll look at my ID, they'll look at the signature, and they'll let me have a nice night. And then of course I get an email that says your ballot has been received, and then a couple of days later I'll get another email that says your ballot has been counted. The only thing it doesn't do is tell me how it was counted as I made my vote. So I cast my primary vote for, of course, Donald Trump. Haven't received any other primary ballots for Lauren Boebert or any of my local elections. I have not received any of that yet. And I'm looking for it. It should be dropping any day now. But I did cast my vote for Donald Trump, which he did win Colorado. So Colorado's not that far gone. Some votes still did go to Nikki Haley, and then other votes were unallocated. It was kind of upsetting. I made a video, and this pissed me off on TikTok because I was like, "Fuck, do I need to move to California because California is more Trump country than it is in Colorado? What the hell?" My ex-wife is going, "Are you coming to California? What a change of events! What she say? She said, oh, what a plot twist." I was like, yeah, that is a plot twist. Imagine me showing up in California. I would probably be burned at the stake.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? It's a small price to pay to be close to my kids, but that's a different story for another day. A lot of people know my story. My kids, they know me, they love me, and I support everything that they do. Moving on.
I didn't. Oh, okay. I'll talk to you backstage later because dude, I just hold on. I'll talk to you about
Okay.
about what I
All right.
backstage. Here we go. So here you go, here guys. I found something. It's whatever, but this is just a filler here, man. It's not what I wanted, but I'll show it again later. I'll show you something similar to it later, guys. So um, we'll revisit that later. 'Cause it's really irritating. But anyway, here we go. Trump trolls Biden with the White House senior living ad where residents feel like presidents.
I did see this. I did see this. Okay.
You did, yeah. Well,
Yep. You got to play it though. You got to play it. You
Will
got to
do.
play it.
Outings. Round-the-clock professional care. At White House Senior Living, our residents feel right at home. Our vibrant facility offers delightful activities and outings, round-the-clock professional care, and exquisite house-made meals.
Well, I've been eating everything that's put in front of me. I've been eating all Italian foods, basically.
And ice cream.
And ice cream, chocolate chip ice cream.
White House Senior Living.
Damn,
residents
Oh,
throwing that.
like
dude,
us.
I didn't see that part. Oh my god. That I wonder if that went along with the train that he took across the Francis Scott Key Bridge, of which has no train tracks, but that's
Yeah.
dude, that guy's got to go. That guy's got to
Yeah.
go, and he's gonna go. He's gonna get retired this year. We're gonna off you go, Joe.
Yeah, man.
No
That's
more.
it. Yep. I didn't see that one, but the other one was it was just funny. I was like, man, that's Trump being Trump, man.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, or at least somebody that has the triggering mindset that Donald does. You know,
Yeah.
it's a Donnie thing. Triggering people. That's a Donnie thing. I'm telling you.
Oh, really?
Right now. Oh yeah. I mean, why do you think I'm the walking trigger warning?
There you go. So and also to guys out there, the audience, guys and gals. So speaking of this, Trigger, did you hear about Kamala Harris? Mark's first visit to Puerto Rico as vice president, rivaling some in the U.S. territory.
No.
You hear? Okay, check this out. This
I got an email that said that Kamala had embarrassed herself, but I didn't read it. I didn't look into it. It was 4:00 in the morning. I was just pouring my first cup of coffee for the day, and I had no desire to read.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, she went to Puerto Rico, and everybody was like, this went viral. This clap. It says, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has arrived in Puerto Rico as part of a whirlwind trip to tout the federal aid the U.S. territory has received following deadly hurricanes and attend a Democratic fundraiser.
I've
And
met
this is-
a lot of Puerto Ricans who are voting for Trump.
Yeah, she ended up basically the backstory is that arrived in Puerto Rico on Friday as a world. Okay, blah blah blah. Rewrite that. Her visit comes day after U.S. President Joe Biden launched a campaign targeting Latino voters ahead of the November general elections, while those in Puerto Rico cannot vote in U.S. presidential elections despite being U.S. citizens. More than 5 million Puerto Ricans live in the U.S. mainland.
Which always blows my mind because they can vote in the primary. How come they can vote in the primary but not the general? I think it's a little unfair to them.
It is.
But at the same time, they're just a U.S. territory. They're not a state. That's much like Washington, D.C. You had Nikki Haley celebrating, I won Washington, D.C. Well, congratulations. It's a U.S. territory. It's not a state. It doesn't count. Whatever, go away. But Puerto Rico, it's a U.S. territory. It's not a state. Same with American Samoa. That's not a state. It's a U.S. territory. And I thank them, for voting for Trump in the primary. But unless they were to become an actual state, not a U.S. territory, they don't get to vote. Sorry. Even if Puerto Rico came out and said we are 100% for Trump, nobody wants to vote for a Democrat in Puerto Rico, I would say that's awesome. Thank you. But you can't vote, and I'm not going to change that because that creates a precedent, that creates a domino effect, and it's going to make a mess of things. And the last election in 2020, although all those nefarious things that were going on in the election that we all know about, I still don't want to extend our election beyond 1 week. That was ridiculous. We
Yes.
need 1 day. We should have known who the president was by the end of that day, but we have a lot of inept, stupid people working in our government, working in our media, and that's what we have to do. I don't know if you're on Twitter. I haven't been
Yes.
on Twitter for a while because like I said, I got off all of social media. But
Mhm.
I followed this guy called Cat Turd. This dude
Mhm.
is awesome. He makes great content, makes great points. And he said that, people like you and I are the ones who are actually going to revolutionize the media. We're going to take over. These people that you see in suits and ties and, Amanda Head and Tucker Carlson, these people, we're going to
Mhm.
take over. We're going to push all of them out because nobody wants to listen to anything that any of them have to say. And
Yep.
I actually, this blew my mind. I made such a comment that I got under the skin of Dana Lash because
What?
she had said, "Oh yeah," she goes, you social media influencers, you're not moving the needle and this and that. I don't know why you're wasting your time. I'm like, well, as I recall, Joe Biden is the president right now. So how far have you moved the needle?
Right.
And I was like, don't tell us that we can't come on here and have an opinion and have informed discussions about what's going on, pushing you aside because we don't want to listen to you in the media. Doesn't matter
Mhm.
what side of the aisle you're on. We don't want to hear your crap.
No.
And, a lot of people fired back on that. And a lot of people were like, hey, that's a good point. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then
Mhm.
ended up getting a follow from Cat Turd on that one.
Oh,
So that was
nice.
kind of cool. Yeah,
That's
because
cool.
he hit the nail on the head. Even though we all got our start over on TikTok and we moved over to
Mhm.
YouTube and Rumble, and here we are on I've got mine over on Spotify and you've got yours here and we've got this here and we're all over the place.
Yep.
We're going to revolutionize the media industry because we're giving actual information. We might be giving our opinions, but we're not claiming to be a news source.
Correct.
We'll give you the news source, but we're also going to give you our opinion. So fuck the
And
media.
exactly. And you know what? This goes out to all the big media heads out there. How about them apples for uh not so intelligent people as you guys think of us that way? Eh.
I didn't have to go and do 20 years of college in order to
Yes.
be an intelligent, informed voter in my own country because I can read the Constitution, of which is written in black and white,
Yes.
and know exactly what it says and how to interpret it the way it
Mhm.
was written, not as my feelings would tell me it says.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and hear this real quick, Trig, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. So Kamala Harris claps to a protest song, but this is the clip that went viral. Oh shit! Hold on. Oh, excuse my language.
She was clapping along to a Puerto Rican protest song before stopping when she was told the lyrics were aimed at her. During a visit to San Juan last week, Ms. Harris visited a community centre where
Check
a
out
group
her
of
face.
local musicians were playing. There she is, excitedly clapping, before an aide told her the band's translated lyrics. Oh dear. The
I
vice
love how
president
it
filmed
slowed
folding her
down.
arms and then nodding her head
Yeah.
for the remainder of the song.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
absolutely, you got to send me that. You got to send me that. But I absolutely loved how she was clapping along with it, and it slowed down when the oh shit moment came. Like,
Eh.
oh no, did really?
Yeah.
Oh man, okay. Well,
Yeah. Which I don't understand because I believe the other person the male on her side was uh, uh, uh,
He kept
I
going.
guess he was part of the deal too. Yeah, but he didn't tell her nothing.
That's it. That's with all that ambush journalism. So it was an
Yeah.
ambush supporter, like, oh hey, you know what? I'm gonna act nice to you, but deep down inside, fuck you.
Exactly. And remember all that. Remember all that fun that stuff that President Trump sent to Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Remember, and then
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You know,
Yeah, we were
basically,
sending supplies to Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico's governor
yes,
decided that she was going to hide it all in a warehouse and say, "Oh, Trump didn't send nothing," and then we found it, and we're like, "Oh, hey, what do you call that?"
yeah. And the fact that she was clapping, and you know when they said, "Oh, like basically this is about you," you know, it says, we had a hold on, let me screen share real quick. She had it here. They had it here. That one of the protesters said, um, "We find her presence disrespectful." That's what they were saying in Spanish when they were there. She's over there clapping. They're
Okay.
playing that music. Said Jocelyn Vasquez, protest spokeswoman, as a group around her waved Palestinian flags. So they were, protesting about hours before Harris arrived. A couple dozen protesters gathered in Puerto Rico capital to decry the island territorial status and demand a ceasefire in the Israel and Hamas war.
Okay. And see
Yeah.
that right there, that war in itself and the messes going on in Ukraine,
Mm-hmm.
those are two things that are going to end the Joe Biden, Kamala Harris administration.
Yep.
So we don't need an October surprise. They have absolutely destroyed themselves because they don't know how to read a room. They're not paying
No.
attention to what the people want, and the people are going, you know what? You got to go. You
Yeah.
gave us a bunch of promises, empty promises, and we're not going to deal with it. So peace out.
Yeah, no doubt. So, sorry guys, no, well, what? Actually, we have 3 minutes, right? You know, or
I believe so. Yeah.
okay, yeah. Well, we'll just take that assistant living thing as a happy ending, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hold on. There you go. I had to do that, but All
It's
right,
enough
Trig.
to.
Anything you want to say, bro?
All I'm going to say is let's get courageous.
Yes.
Don't fear them stealing your vote. They've already tried to steal this election, and it's been in your face all year long for the last year and a half, 2 years, 3 years. Ever since January 6th, they've been trying to steal the election because they knew that they got away with a steal last time, and they knew that they were going to destroy everything. But they did not count on the American people standing up and going no. So you have to make that no even more prevalent and show up on November 5th and vote. I don't know if anybody has seen this meme that was on Facebook just before daylight savings started. It kind of irritated me, but it said clocks go back this weekend. I hope it goes back to when we can afford things. They went forward. Okay. But November 3rd, 2024, the clocks go back. November 5th, 2024, we go back. We put Donald Trump back in the office where he belongs, and he will put it back to the way it was. I promise you that. And you can't even say that he's a dictator on day one because the president has the power to shut down the border and open up drilling. So he's not really a dictator. You can't use that as an argument anymore. Show up and vote. Let's take our country back because America is great. It's great for everybody of all races, creeds, and let's go.
Yep, let's go, guys. Let's go. Yeah, I'm pumped up. I don't know about you guys,
I'm
but
pumped. Let's go.
yeah, there you go. So, also too, guys, you can also follow Liberty or Death podcast. Forgot to tell you guys this, but we are also on Spotify as well. So, I'm going to start uploading our episodes more and more on Spotify too. So
Nice.
you know.
Nice. Yeah,
So,
there's They have a new feature called Riverside. I am working on figuring that out where everybody will get to see my pretty face.
Oh, is that videos? Are those videos
That
too?
is video. Yep, that
Oh,
is
wow.
video.
Huh.
Yep. And then you could probably cross it over to YouTube and Rumble, and well, I'll get it figured out. But
Okay.
I gotta get a free moment. But I think I'm gonna get a free moment this weekend because I'm free this weekend. So
There
I
you
think
go.
that's gonna be my plan. I'm gonna do some cleaning tonight, go to bed, get up tomorrow, take care of all my chores, and then I'm gonna do some work.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no doubt. And also, guys, happy Resurrection Day. I say Resurrection Day. I don't say Easter. No, I say Resurrection Day.
I
So
agree.
happy
I
Resurrection
agree.
Day.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy Resurrection Day. That is this Sunday. Tomorrow is
Yep.
Good Friday.
Yep.
Um,
Weekend. There you go.
those who are a practicing Catholic, um, it even if you didn't participate in Lent,
Hmm.
no meat tomorrow. The only thing you can have is fish, or you can have a salad. No chicken, no beef, nothing like that. I'm not a practicing Catholic. I am baptized Catholic, so I do know a little bit of the rules.
Hmm.
But I am not going to indulge in meat tomorrow. I am going to probably have a salad for dinner. Um, no alcohol, and I'm just going to lay back and chill, get some work done on my house, yard, because it's springtime. I
Oh,
got to
yeah.
plant my garden in my greenhouse and then work on my truck, and then I'm just going to relax and enjoy life. And I encourage everybody to do the same.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Get off your phones, get out all the technology, man. Enjoy. Life's too short.
Definitely. It is.
Yeah.
Facts.
All right, ladies and gents, you guys have a good weekend, and we are out.